One second.
Went to the kitchen and trying to get cooking alcohol.
No, I didn't.
He was trying to get normal alcohol.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
Yeah,
find
I was
that in
going
the
for a
kitchen.
while.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see. We've been gone for a couple weeks now, because yeah, I am still recovering from my bruises from last weekend. So
Now you get over it.
yeah, it actually looks kind of funny. It is because all my bruises have kind of spread and yellowed. So it looks like I went and I got a whole bunch of shots, and I have like the what is it? The iodine stain.
Ah.
I've got that like all over. It's funny. But let's see. We left off last week, or last session. Nick, you were gonna go and look for like drinking wine to like the kitchen and stuff, right?
Oh, I did.
Oh, did you? Okay, I don't remember. I haven't
Yeah.
listened to the session, so. Let's see. He threw a giant wrench in my plans now. So we left off. You guys kind of had the dinner. You were Nick Ristol went and got some wine from the kitchen, and yeah, you kind of talked a little bit with Sarastra. Not a whole lot. You guys want to do anything while you're still here in the castle? Or while you have a minute or two?
I'm not sure if Rockmon actually returned the knife to the folks in room 6 or not, but he did if he didn't.
Knife. Oh, here we are. Yeah, I had to clear out the history because I had Nick rolling some stuff, so. Yeah, we could say you would have taken the knife back to him. I don't remember, did they gift that to you, or did... No, that's right, you did ask for it, that's right.
I just borrowed it
Yeah.
for the fight.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah. Tell you, yeah, they graciously take that back, and they would kind of look it over and ask, almost that absent-mindedly, like I already know the answer kind of thing, but they'd kind of ask on like how the fight went and things like that.
And
Making
Rockmon
sure
would
they're
just
weapon.
say, sure, it went okay for us. Fortunately, I didn't have to use the dagger, but I do appreciate you making it available just in case. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, and at the mention that you didn't have to use it, they would, as the male's kind of putting it back into the case, he'd kind of mention like, oh, that's unfortunate, and he'd kind of put it back away. Anyone else? Crickets?
Waiting patiently for the
Yeah.
signal that we're leaving.
The end of the world?
Basically, yeah.
Mongo's still hungry, but he's still wary of food offered without a disclaimer of obligation. Because, that's what he's been told. Is don't eat or drink. in the fairy kingdoms.
Meanwhile, Ristle's drinking freely.
Yeah.
Or trying to find something to drink freely.
Right.
Oh no, he found stuff.
Oh.
I mean, he walked in with his own personal supply, but he's also found stuff.
Yeah. Why can't I?
Oh, shut up, dog.
Okay. Okay. So, after a time, Sarash would kind of summon the group out to like the courtyard again. And let me find her.
This is the part where Bristol gets a little too close to the tree, right?
I was going to say, not as long as we're not summoned lined up in front of the tree.
Is the tree the firing squad?
No. So we'll just set that on the GM layer so that way you guys don't get.
The tree is our next opponent.
Good.
I'd say I prefer my odds against that, but I don't.
Let's bring you guys out here. And you can arrange yourselves however you want. Just, I would recommend you stay at least 10 feet away from the tree.
That's where
Minus
Bristol is.
I'm going to move to the 15 feet that I had to last time. Last time I was at 10 feet, it shot me.
How far away from this tree can I get? Yeah. But yeah, so Sarasha would have summoned the group out here. And, I forgot a couple of tokens. Boop.
Casual Void Dragon.
Not a void dragon, actually.
That doesn't make it any less scary, you know.
That is a good point. Yeah, that is not a void dragon.
That is still a winged ball of death.
Mm-hmm. But Sarasha would summon the group out here, and she'd have her entourage out here with her as well. And as the party, everybody gets out and assembles, she would kind of do you still intend to head into the Margrave?
7 will nod.
Of course.
Very well. There's an item I would recommend that there's an item I would offer for you to take with you. There's a being in the forest that we hope to be able to resume trade with. We'd like you to take this as a token of appreciation, as a token of goodwill between the Summer Court and the Queen.
You're cutting out a bit, Travis.
Hold on. Let me see if I can turn my gain up. No, my gain is actually way the hell up. I'll just lean closer.
I heard him. Fine.
I'd like you to be able to take this. Use it as you will, but know that it is for trade. And she'll kind of hold her hand out, and there's going to be this ring kind of sitting in her hand.
It's the ring of giant bee killing.
Who's going to take the ring?
Naren
will be
step
delivered, my
forward
lady.
Naren? Okay. Okay, give me a perception check. You're kind of looking at this ring over. What's it? Let's see what it looks like.
We should also say, like, anything for you, nothing.
You can't remove curse until it's been attuned.
Perception?
Yes. 12. Okay. So, in her hand, there's. It looks almost tiny in her hand because you gotta remember, Sarastra's, what did we say, 7, 8 feet tall easily. I'll have to go back and look at the sheet. She's very tall. This normal size ring looks tiny compared in your hand. The band itself seems to be. It's just. It's almost like the edges of it are kind of very smooth, almost like a forged silver, but inlaid on top of that band almost looks to be like the scales of like a mithril dragon have been woven into this band. It's so high. They seem like they're so highly polished. It's just looking at this ring, even despite the location that you're in, you almost it almost looks like there's no shadow coming from this ring at all. Like it almost gives off its own light. Kind of mounted in the head of the ring, or in the crown, there's this extremely smooth, kind of purplish red gem. It looks kind of like a garnet of some kind. Kind of as you look at it, it gives you, Naren, you get this kind of eerie feeling like it's almost looking back at you from this gem.
Are you describing a different ring or the one ring? I'm not sure.
Definitely not the one ring, because that was very much plain until you threw it in a fire.
Yeah. Although it could be one of the elven rings.
It's not, it's that.
Well, it's in fire. It's right there. It's in fire. It's the precious.
And she's going to hold her hand out and let you kind of take it. And yeah, Naren especially, you're going to recognize this. This is... Sarastra's had this, or this has been in the court. You would know this is the Dragon Eye Ring. You'd know the name of it. Let's see. Go ahead and give me a history check as well, Naren. That's insight.
Oh, whoops, I clicked the wrong one.
That's history. Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. So, looking at this, you like I said, you would recognize this is the Dragon Eye Ring, and you would know, like, basically, as long as you're attuned to this.
Damn it. Sorry, guys.
Rockmon drops a fog cloud and steals the ring.
I'm trying to adjust my spells, and I keep clicking the damn spell.
Oh, that's okay. There's a command that lets you send it just to yourself, and I forget what it is offhand. But as long as you're attuned to this ring, whenever you finish like a short or a long rest, you can choose a damage type: lightning, poison, fire, cold. You gain resistance to that type until your next short or long rest. Additionally, once per long rest, if you fail a saving throw, you can choose to succeed instead. So basically it gives you legendary resistance 1.
I'm just gonna unwrap the necklace from my antler and put it through the ring and put it around my neck.
Are we sure it's not the one ring?
Hold on a second. I have a plane apparently landing on my house.
It's okay, precious. Just let the silly metal bird land. I remember doing that at work once. I spent a whole 3 hours working in Golem voice whenever I was like in the kitchen. Drove everyone mad.
Okay, there we go.
As it should. I mean, mad or paranoid.
Both. Like I did it once and they said, "Bet you can't do that for the whole shift." So there I am doing dishes, just going. There's nice some curse, juicy sweet.
And we will.
So it's based off of Dare, basically.
Yeah, they bet I couldn't. I did.
And we will throw that in the magic items folder. Okay. She's also, and as you take that, she's also going to kind of motion for Ristel to step forward.
He will do so.
And then she sinks a blade in his stomach. No.
GG.
That fits, yeah.
All right, so everybody rolls a new character because she's going to kill you. No.
Cool.
She's going to kind of reach into her robes and pull out this little this stone vial. It almost looks to be made of like onyx or something like that. It's really tough to actually get an idea of what it is. And she's going to actually kind of hand this to you. This is for you to use as you see fit.
I thank you for your generosity, my lady. What is it?
What is it? Nope. Stopping.
Show to players. Okay, so it doesn't. I don't have anything on the player side for you guys to see yet, but she's going to basically explain to you that it's this black stone file. There's the stopper kind of wedged in to the top. And this file has 3 charges in it. As an action, you can fill this file with the blood taken from a living humanoid or one that's been dead less than like 1 minute. You can expend a charge. When you do, it transforms the blood into a potion of greater healing. Creature who drinks this you can drink that and get the effects of a greater healing potion. You have to make a DC 12 con save or you're poisoned for an hour. It also recharges every day. So you can, basically this is like a rechargeable poisonous greater healing potion.
Sick.
On the assumption that the creature has... Does it have to have living blood? I ask for Brahm's sake, more than my own.
Does the creature have to have living blood?
Yeah, it says take the blood from a big living creature.
Yes.
Oh, can it be from any living creature?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I thought it had to be from the one you're trying to revive.
No.
Or...
So basically, you go all emo and cut yourself, bleed into the vial, and wham bam.
You could also, because somebody has been dead no longer than 1 minute. If you get into a fight and you kill somebody, you can go take a little bit of his blood and turn it into a healing potion. There you go.
Provided you save against the poison.
Well, it's still going to heal you. You'll just be poisoned for an hour.
And curing disease and sickness is the skill I have. Spell I have.
But disease and sicknesses is not poison. Curing
This is
disease does
true.
not cure you from poison.
This is true.
Mhm.
But I can keep you on the brink of life for a day.
Also,
I'll just stop you from dying.
also the poison condition, I think, just off the top of my head, essentially all it does is it gives you disadvantage on like checks and attacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah. So it would be beneficial. Yeah. There's a potential. There's always a potential downside to it. But she will kind of hand this to you, and
So poisoned is essentially a bad cold.
yeah, too much NyQuil.
Kind of. I'm not gonna do that. So is there anything else?
And one last thing, she'll also kind of mention, and kind of looking over everybody and pausing at Rockmon and then kind of looking back at everyone. We have an armory as well. But I don't know if... We have an armory you might be able to re-equip yourselves. However, some of the weapons are known to defend themselves.
I.e., cloak of levitation.
You're free to visit there if you so like.
Monko's ears perk up at that.
Loot? Ooh, says Monga.
I think Rom has a loot, doesn't he?
I think he has a broken
Waka,
one.
waka, waka.
Yeah, I think the one he has is all busted up.
Where armory?
That's what I'm looking at. Where do we want this to be?
It's not listed on one of the numbers.
You know, I'm trying to pick a number.
Aside from 6, some extra planar space off of 6.
The smithy? Oh, yeah. I don't really like that one.
What's 7?
The kitchen.
7's a druid.
Damn it!
But I'm...
Missed it.
If I wasn't quickly looking through the handbook, I would have said it.
But
Zing! Yeah.
might be like a section off the guards hall.
Yeah, I'm thinking something like that. I was actually thinking something up in, like, the Winter Palace, but I'm not really spotting anything that kind of jumps out at me.
Depends on if they're common weapons.
These are
for
not common
guards
weapons.
or
No.
advanced royalty level
Oh,
weapons.
where's 25? That would work perfect. Yes, 25. There is a section inside room 25, the Shrine to the Shadow Gods.
That's not fucking ominous at all.
But yeah, she would, if the group asked, she would, she'd kind of lean over to one of her lackeys here, or one of the butlers or something like that nearby, and you'd hear her kind of, excuse me, I guess it would be Naren and Ristel would understand it, because she'd be speaking in Umbral, but she'd more or less tell them to grant the party passage into one of these rooms.
Have the room brought here.
I know that quote. Where do I know that from?
Have the room brought here?
Yeah, that's from something.
Probably something Harry Potter.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard that
I
somewhere.
don't know. But the usher would kind of look to the group, and then, or after listening to Sarash, he would kind of look to the group, and if everybody's ready, he would lead you to room 25.
Okay. Via what route?
Same route as last time, just going further. So figure it out. But we'll go that way. Okay. I'll just move the party token over there. So coming in here, not that one. You would actually see this would be looking in here. This is very clearly like a heavily. There's a whole series of locks outside. There's a pair of kind of like the gatekeeper that you saw before. There's a pair of those standing out front, blocking the doorway to this room. But
That's not concerning at all.
she
One
did
guy guarding
mention-
the front gate, 2 guys guarding the armory.
Mhm.
Very carefully not making eye contact.
Let's see here. Let me throw up something. So as you come in, you would see. First off, remember that big dragon token that everybody was just terrified of down in the courtyard? You'd see another one of these guys. Looking at this, I don't think anybody's bothered to check yet. Let's see. Someone give me a nature check.
Ooh.
So Nick rolled a 14. Okay. All right. Does anybody else want to try to look and see if they can figure out what this is? Since we're already just mass rolling, how much detail are you guys gonna figure out on this thing?
I can try, but I've got a -1 on mine.
Well, I mean, so does.
Don't let
Nick.
that stop you.
So.
What is the point of my modifier, really?
There you go.
Okay.
What is the
Hey!
point of my...
Well,
it's
well, that's an
investigation.
investigation, not nature. So it's like,
Nat
oh,
20.
How was this dragon made? Who
What's
placed
the
it here?
what's the dragon's first name?
not with an investigation, you wouldn't.
What is its favorite color?
No, that's an investigation into its entire history, like who it is as a person.
That would still be
That's
more like a history.
existential
But
investigation.
Dashik, you want to give me a nature check, or are you investigating how to beat it, or who he is? What?
I have a +6 on on investigation. I was cheating. I have.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that's not
No.
nature. Yeah.
I probably won't help on nature.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
you don't have to.
can't tell.
so-
Candlestick it's holding behind its back.
Yeah, you don't have to roll. So.
Still good.
There you go.
Okay, 22. So looking at this thing, as between this guy and the one you saw before, kind of roaming with Sarastra, this creature is very dragon-like. It's actually a drake. Specifically, it's a shadow drake. And an elder one at that.
Oh, that's an elder? Oh, that's cute.
I don't
By
feel that
comparison.
token really gives it justice. So let me see if I can find a quick image here.
No, it's not that. If that's an elder one, an elder dragon is what, 5x5 or 6x6?
Yeah, but you gotta remember too, like drakes are usually much smaller. Like
Yes.
a young drake is like a smaller, tiny creature. So let me do
So
this.
so this is Drake's horde essentially.
Oh. Well, that explains the 2 guards.
There we go. That's
I mean,
more
in
like
so much as it
yeah.
likes to
That's
guard
that-
this place.
That's better.
yeah. That's much more like what a shadow drake. It's very much
That's
kind of
a
like a
drake.
black. Yeah.
That's a wyvern, but let's
Nope.
not.
That's a drake.
Let's...
Oh yeah, technically speaking, there would be a wyvern because it doesn't have 4 legs. Let us not quibble over what we'll eat.
It's
Yeah,
a
sort of.
it's a fucking Drake, okay?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That shit, so Travis.
Automatically, his first hit against Ristle is a crit. So,
But Nate spoke first.
but kind of as you come in, he'll kind of he seems to be kind of roaming the room and almost tending to some of the items, some of the equipment, things like that. And he'll kind of look up for a moment. And this kind of this almost this black smoke. He's gonna exhale this black smoke, and it's gonna be this thick, so thick it almost looks like it's liquid, just kind of rolling out of his nostrils. You're in the wrong place. You should leave.
I hide behind my ID badge.
The Queen sent me. The Queen sent me.
And the usher would kind of step forward.
Bow low.
The Queen has granted them passage. She has authorized them to equip themselves. And as you look at him, he gets this just. He gets this look of like he kind of looks at the group and then looks back to the usher, and this look of kind of almost disgust rolls over his face. Has she deemed them worthy? She advised them. Then let them prove themselves first.
Oh, lovely. Another fight. One-on-ones with a Shadow Dragon. Shadow Drake.
Just be sure not to kill them. The Queen seems to have taken a liking to them. And another one of these bursts of kind of liquid smoke is going to kind of roll out. I make no promises. And the usher will leave. And he'll kind of turn to the party.
Good luck.
Feel free to look around. Anything you desire to take. Be sure to speak to Geskif. And he's going to motion back to the Shadow Drake.
So, this thing is getting ready to fight us.
Well, I mean, looking at him, he doesn't look... He's not really, like, taking an offensive stance or anything. He just more looks... like, yeah, fine, whatever. If they take anything, I'm killing them. Otherwise, he just kind of goes back to his duties. He seems to be almost a caretaker.
Okay, so we only fight him if we take anything to arm ourselves.
Right.
Okay. That changes what I was about to do.
Okay. Like, surprise leap at him. Ha
Yeah, I was just gonna sucker punch him while they were having that exchange. That's what happened. But yeah, if he's not getting ready to smoke us, then I'll leave him be.
So,
He said like he was gonna own this little bitch of a Drake.
yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. By all means, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, and that's one of the things, because so as you kind of come in here and you're looking around, like with everything, like inside the rest of the place, everything was kind of dimly lit. Like there was almost as if the walls and things like that, there was dim light kind of everywhere. As you get in here, it's much harder, much harder to see.
Great.
Those of you that without dark vision, which I think is just Nate at this point.
It's just me and Seven holding
Yeah, so-
pretty flame in front of him.
Yeah, so just 7. Even 7, like, it would take you a couple of minutes, but your eyes would kind of adjust. It'd be like trying to navigate a hallway with just a nightlight or like just a candle, a single candle. It's kind of like that. It's still super dark. You can kind of make out shapes, but it's a little tough. As your eyes adjust, you can see a lot more detail. It's almost like walking around in not necessarily like a new moon, but in like a dark moonlight. The rest of you all still have your dark vision, so it's much easier to see. You can still see as you kind of come in. There's weapon racks, and there's even a couple of armor racks. Just different things. So, looking around, would anybody be looking around for anything specific, or what?
Mago would probably be looking for armor.
Armor. Okay. What? Light, medium,
Medium.
heavy, medium armor.
Half plate or breastplate.
Breastplate or half plate? I don't think so. A lot of what you're going to see in here looks to be more like some variation. There seems to be like a lot of. The closest I can explain it would be like a leather armor or like a chitinous armor. You can't. I'd imagine Mongo probably wouldn't be able to really tell what creatures these came from, just based on like kind of looking at it. But yeah, there does seem to be a lot more of like light and medium leather, kind of chitinous armor.
You say chitinous
chitinous,
armor.
chitinous.
One day, someone will tell us all how to pronounce
Properly
it.
pronounce that, yeah.
Just, it's not going to be today. Seven would be interested in armor. I've got a question for it.
Mhm.
In the handbook,
Mhm.
it says druids won't wear armor made of metal.
Right.
It never gives a reason as to why.
It's kind of unnatural. Like you have to actually pull the metal from the earth and then reshape it into something suiting to
So
you.
it's philosophical.
Yeah, it's more of a philosophical thing.
Yeah, I always
Your
thought it was
scimitar
because
grew from a tree. That's why you're comfortable using it.
yeah, that's the weird thing. It's like I wield metal weapons.
Yeah, I don't.
Just not.
I don't get it. No, I just.
It's because wizards fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, bro. They think druids too powerful. No, because otherwise I'd be looking for a chain shirt. But if not, I'd be interested in looking at that chitinous armor that you just mentioned.
So
I looked up chitin on dictionary.com. I have a pronunciation.
okay.
Go for it.
It's chitin, isn't it?
I'm waiting.
I'm trying to get it to activate here. Hang on.
Everything I recall is chitin.
Chitin.
Chitinous.
Yeah, it says chitin.
Chitin.
So
Okay,
chitinous armor. Yeah. So yeah, you'd see this kind of chitinous armor. But so Mongo is kind of looking at that, right?
Yeah.
Let me pull
Stare
it
at
up.
the bugs
There's
skin.
nobody else. There's nobody else in the room to explain anything about the items.
Seven's looking at that.
There's Geskaf, and that's about it. The usher seems to have beat feet out.
He's
Because
got more sense.
you could have a +5 leather armor that would be better than what he's doing. So he has no means of or methods of telling how good the armor is.
Yes, I mean, looking at a lot of this chitinous armor, it would pretty much equivalent to like a scale mail.
To the book.
It's 14 plus dex, disadvantage on stealth.
Scale gives disadvantage?
Because
Scale, yes.
he's wearing scale mail right now.
Right.
So if it's enchanted, it's going to be better.
Well, I mean, as you kind of look at it, nothing's really jumping out at you. I suppose, let's see. Give me, Mongo, give me a perception check.
Oh, yes, it does.
18. Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd be
pretty
able
much everything but leather and hide grants
Right.
disadvantage on stealth checks.
That's the
for
weird thing.
medium.
Chain doesn't.
The what?
Chainmail doesn't, and it's weird. You'd think that would make more noise than scale.
Chainmail?
Oh, yeah,
Chainmail
one
does
of
give
those.
disadvantage on stealth, yeah.
It's either chainmail or
Doesn't.
chain shirt.
Chain shirt does not.
Chain shirt doesn't. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Chainmail does.
Padded light, scale mail medium, half plate medium, and pretty much all heavy give disadvantage on stealth. Mongo, you would kind of looking around, you would actually find almost kind of nestled in the back behind all the stuff. There does look to be this one remaining suit of the equivalent of breastplate. Again, it's this kind of chitinous armor. There's instead of like a steel plate in the front, there's this almost insect-like shell. And imagine you kind of come up and you give it that thunk, 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 or kind of tap on it, and it sounds very solid.
Yes.
Like I said, it would be the equivalent of like a breastplate.
Okay. And breastplates are like more than they're like 40% of the weight of scale mail, so that'll help on.
Yeah,
weight
I
as
think
well.
they're a little under half. They're like 20 pounds
they're-
versus 45.
20
Yeah.
pounds versus 45. Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at this, did you want to try to like take it off the rack or take it off the mannequin or anything like that? It looks to be almost like one of those like armor mannequins.
Armor rack.
Yeah,
There are specific structures made for hanging armor off of.
yeah, I forgot the name. Of it.
Hang on a second.
The mannequin grabs your wrist.
Oh, sure. He's going to take it off the rack.
Okay. So as you're kind of reaching up to take this this chitinous breastplate off the rack, give me a dex check.
Oh, shit. Travis, I was kidding.
Mongo 19. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Very nice. Yeah, that's good. So as you start to kind of reach up to take this off the rack, Geskif's tail is basically going to reach out and snap. Mongo's going to kind of just see it from the corner of his eye, and he's going to jump back, and this drake tail is going to snap down in front of him. As it does, Mongo gets this nice clear image as this tail just kind of almost slow motion moves in front of him. And if you hadn't noticed that, it might have taken your arms.
like one of those Matrix bend over backward shots.
Yeah, a little bit, almost like that. I like to think of it as more like your battle sense kind of.
Oh, he
you
does
kind of
have danger sense.
yeah, and it's almost like that danger sense kind of kicks in, and you jump back, and like the baseball player that can see the stitching on the ball kind of thing. Your focus kind of kicks in, and you see this tail snap in front of you. It looks like if that had caught, you might have lost an arm.
Okay. Stand ready.
Playing
And
this game.
and Geskif's gonna give this again this snort.
AK.
I protect this equipment. I protect this place. The Queen may have the Queen may let you in here, but I let the items leave.
Let's see what's happening here.
So if we want anything from this room, we have to fight a drake.
So Rockman's just going to say, Mongo, I believe that before you try anything on or look at things too closely, I think what we need to do is speak with Geskif and make sure it's okay with him. Let's just be a little cautious and find out what he demands before we start touching things.
Bristol is in the background perusing stuff.
What else you guys looking for?
Specifically, he's looking for like rings or cloaks or like boots or something, or anything else that really, figuratively speaking, stands up and speaks out to him.
So there's gonna be a lot of things. There's gonna be this. As you look around, like I said, there's a lot of things that it seems more. The armor, even some of the weapons, seems to be kind of alien. It's definitely not made by normal, quote unquote, human hands. Everything here seems to be almost twisted by the Shadow Realm. Even the weapons. There's like a book that has this. The pages seem to be almost like made of leather themselves. There's some silver binding, a silver front plate on it. There's an orb that kind of sits under like this glass dome.
Oh, too bad. Brahm's not here. We could compare it against the one that he picked up.
Oh, it's not. It's this sphere. It's almost the sphere of obsidian. It's about 3 inches in diameter. It's not giant, but it's still decent size.
Big marble.
Yeah. There's on this rack. There's this pitch black cloak that it seems to almost absorb light. And as you look at it, you can almost hear like whispering in the back of your head, but it's like if you hear somebody talking in another room, kind of thing. In like this little, in this case, the small case, about this little bit smaller than your fist. There's this ring. It's tarnished silver. There's no ornament, no inscription. Even just as you put your hand on the case, or just on the case, the case itself is almost icy cold. Give me a perception, Nick.
Alrighty. Boo.
Let's see. 10. Okay. Kind of looking around, you'll see a couple of other things as well. One of them, let me find it. This bigger case, there's this, how to describe this? So as you look at it, there's this larger case, larger than the rest. It's not quite as tall, but there's this case that looks to be made of almost like a dark steel. At first glance, it looks pretty plain just as you look at it, and as you kind of keep looking around, your eyes keep coming back to this case. It's almost every time you're looking at something, you see it out of the corner of your eye. You can just make out these engravings, and then you turn back to look at it, and they're either not there, or they're gone, or something. But then as you look around again, they seem to almost move out of the corner of your eye. Give me investigation. 16. Okay.
Figures.
Eventually, you're kind of looking, and these eventually you figure out what's kind of going on, and you kind of look away just so you can just barely see it. And you can see these words and engravings kind of almost moving on this case. kind of looking to the side of it, like not focusing on it, you can kind of make out the words, but it doesn't seem to be any language you know. It's, let me see here. Yours, let me check your languages. Just so I can be 100%.
Yeah, it's just Common, Elven, and Umbral.
Does he recognize what like letters or language it could be?
Let's see here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any language you know. 16. I'd say it doesn't really... Yeah, you can kind of... You can make out the symbols and things like that. And again, you know it's something you don't know. But as far as what it might be, it's really hard. It's hard to quite put your finger on it. It looks... There's little bits of other languages, but nothing one thing that kind of really jumps out.
So I don't really recognize a script or anything? Like, it's not, like, Delphic runes for Dwarven or...
Right. It's not even something you recognize.
Ooh.
Would you want to go closer and check it out?
I'd like to make sure that Geskef isn't eyeballing me too closely.
So as you look over to Geskef, he doesn't really seem to be, like, as you look at him, he doesn't really seem to be actively watching you. It's almost one of those, like, he's pretending to ignore everyone. He's kind of doing that very much, looking out of the corner of his eye as he kind of does his tasks. He clearly he has like a routine that he does, and he's more watching you like hawks out of the corner of his eye. Like he's trying to pretend not to be watching you.
Okay. I definitely do intend to get closer to this case. I want to pretend that I've really got my eyes set on that cloak that was whispering before. And I just want to like go back and forth between a number of different items and just keep looking and try to do that more so than I am this case.
Give me
But eventually I do want to... Yeah, eventually I do want to make my way over to this case.
Okay. Give me deception. 17. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, so eventually you'll kind of work your way over there. And it's almost one of those, like, you look at this case and kind of as you run your hands over it, give me a charisma save.
Uh-oh.
No, sorry, wait. Wisdom save.
Wisdom save, okay. Oh, well, we're the same either way.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. So kind of as you come over and eventually you kind of work, you come back and you leave and you come back and you leave and you come back. Eventually you start to run your hand over this case and you get this, almost this sense of, you get these competing senses. It's very much a, oh, what's in the box? This sense of wonder and excitement, but at the same time, it's almost terrifying. It kind of jumps back and forth between wonder and fear, excitement and trepidation.
What's in the box?
Yeah, it's very much that.
It's Schrodinger's box.
Yeah. And then finally, as you finally get a chance to kind of put your hands on the box, you get this, you feel this pull, as if something's trying to pull you away from it, like just mentally pull you away from this box. And as you close your eyes, just, it almost feels, you ever had that feeling, like you lay in bed and you almost feel that out-of-body experience? you can almost feel yourself pulled from your body. And you open your eyes, and as you look around, there's this. Instead of being in the room, you're standing in this somewhere else. It's really, you can't make out any details. Everything's kind of wreathed in shadow. The world, you can vaguely make out forms, but everything seems kind of dark and twisted. These forms seem to almost call out your name from the shadows. Every so often, you'll see almost like this shadowy tendril or arm kind of reach out and try to almost swipe at you. Not really like combative fast swipe, but like that slow, like help kind of grasping reach. As you look up, the sky above you is kind of this black purple interwoven with like a scarlet red. It almost seems to drip from the sky itself. And then, in a flash, you pull your hand from the box and look around. And it's only been a second or two, and you're back in the armory. How's that for description?
But what do the words say?
Yeah, did my time in that other place give me any kind of inspiration on what this language might be or what it might be telling me?
Something not of this world. Of either
I'm trying to
world.
think of an excuse to read it.
Extraplanar.
Do you want to open the box?
Choose wisely.
Yeah, I want to open the box.
So as you open the box, inside there's this almost it looks kind of almost like a purple velvet. This kind of inlaid in here, this what looks to be something resembling a whip. It's much shorter though. Instead of like the standard like 15 or 20 feet for a whip, this only looks to be about 7 feet. The handle itself, this entire thing is almost unnerving as you look at it. It's instead of being made of like straps and leather, it looks to be made of bone. The handle itself seems to be this femur, long bone of some creatures, kind of wrapped tightly in this blackened leather binding. It's about 2 feet long. The thong of the whip looks, instead of braided straps, it looks to be vertebrae of just different creatures. As you kind of look closer at it, they don't seem to be like tied together. Instead, there's this fluid-like substance that seems to be kind of flowing inside and between the different bones and the different segments.
So it's a metal album cover. Got it.
What can you do?
Somehow, I don't think this is something you want to flaunt in front of the paladins.
Ah, fuck, man. This
What's-
isn't something that Rissel has an interest in wielding,
Well, that's
but
the
he's
thing
gotten this far,
Mhm.
and he would love to slip something past this asshole Drake.
So, as you look at this, you get the impression, like I said, it looks like a whip, but it's like a primitive one. It's almost a prototype. It's very much a simple weapon. It's still something you could certainly use, even as a monk.
It's basically a chain. You're just attacking someone with a chain of bone,
Yeah.
which has its own problems and would shatter very quickly, but it's not the point. Magical shit
Yeah.
has different effects.
Kind of looking at it, it looks like the closest I would say is mechanically, it'd be like a whip without reach.
Mm.
Without like picking it up and getting an idea and kind of using it. That's the best you're going to get out of it.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider.
Out of the corner of my eye,
Mhm.
is Geskif looking any more intently at me?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
22. So, out of the corner of your eye, you almost do that kind of like glancing over your shoulder kind of thing. Where Geskif before was kind of like indirectly watching everybody, he seems to have stopped whatever he was doing and he is deadlocked on Ristle. Nothing, or no muscle in his body. He's gone rigid like a statue.
Well,
So,
sounds like it's time for Mago to pick up the armor.
7 loops the armor as well.
And
So Rockmon sees this. So I assume that Rockmon would that what's his name? Kestel?
Geskif.
Sorry, Geskif. I'm assuming that Geskif is not disguising this in any way, right?
Oh no.
So
Whatever Ristle is doing, it has caught his attention and he is watching to see what Ristle does.
Okay, Rockmon's just going to say to Geskif, Geskif, may I ask you a question?
Speak quickly, little one. And he's not taking his eyes off Ristle at all.
The Queen has set us a task to go look for her. I believe it's her niece. What was her name?
Layla. Yeah.
Layla. We're here simply to find to discover if there are any things that could help us accomplish that task and be successful. Could you recommend any items, or what would you say might help us in this endeavor?
Just to interject, the second I see Geskif take his eyes off me and look at Rockman to address him, I am snatching this thing.
He's actually he's actually not going to even respond to Rockmon. He's gonna do that kind of slow walk over towards Ristle, and with one clawed hand, just kind of reach up and close this case slowly in front of Ristle. It is the gift of Light's End. It's not something one as young as you should be entangled with. It is above your abilities.
What is it?
It's gross. And Ristle walks away.
Is there room on the to put the breastplate armor between Mongo and the Drake?
So, like, pick it up, move it, and put it between you? Or do you want to, like, move around it?
Move around it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to walk around behind it, you know.
Okay. Well, I'll try to take the armor off of the stand while I'm keeping an eye on the Drake, and with the armor between me and the Drake.
Okay.
So you haven't got your back turned to the Drake. That makes sense.
And Geskif will kind of return back over to Rockmon, and
And I'm moving very slowly.
and he'll be kind of like, he'll return back over to Rockmon, and he'll almost be watching Ristel out of the corner of his eye. Many of the items here are dangerous. I'm tasked with guarding them, ensuring they stay intact, subdued.
So Rockmon will say, I understand. Again, we don't want to have anything that's more than we could handle or that's going to be dangerous for us. We're just wondering if there's anything that would help us accomplish this task for the Queen.
Indeed. In the right hands, any of the items here would easily accomplish any task the Queen may give you. None of these items may leave unless you are capable of controlling them yourself.
Could you say that again, Travis? Sorry.
Oh,
It kind
clicking?
of broke up. Yeah, I wasn't couldn't quite make out what you said. Sorry.
Now, any of the items here would easily be able to complete any task the Queen may give you, provided you can control yourself.
I see. But again, would you have any recommendations?
For the third time.
And he'll kind of look around to the various items the party's looking at.
Crystal's gone back to eyeballing that clip, by the way.
The cloak? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did I get quieter or softer? Or quieter or louder? Let me see.
You got a little bit louder.
How about... Oh, that's quieter.
It sounded
Okay.
like your
There we go.
your sound gate was cutting you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing with the gain on my mic.
I don't think it's the volume. It's your voice is getting cut off.
Yeah, I think it's the gate in Discord.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of playing with my gain a little bit too.
Gotta get your gains in before the summer.
Yeah, shut up.
I have to regularly serve people that work and go to the gym next door. I've got to put up with this shit. I'm gonna make all the jokes. We've got
He's going-
massive like rolling shutter doors as well, so when I'm on my lunch break, I have to look out the window and see that. It's like
He's going to reach up and almost give this... Before I can make any recommendations, I need to know that, as I said, you can handle yourselves.
Certainly, that makes sense. How could we prove ourselves to you?
And as you kind of look at him, this... You ever seen a dog try to smile? He's gonna get the corners of his mouth are gonna kind of pull back ever so slightly, and this toothy grin almost comes out of one side, and he's gonna reach up with one clawed hand and just kind of give a quick snap, and you're gonna hear the doors at the front are gonna kind of and they're gonna lock in place.
That's really fucking impressive for a lizard. Continue.
And as you guys kind of look around, I need to clear that, don't I? Hey, I do.
hey, we've been here before.
Yeah, that's close. That's the easiest fast map I have. So
Computer, activate holodeck program number 77.
As you kind of, as you hear these doors kind of bolt shut, the world around you guys is actually going, or the room around you kind of almost get that shimmer, and it's gonna fade a bit. And as you look, it's. I'm just putting you here so we have an easy map already made up, and with light. It's actually going to almost melt down into the ground, and it's just going to be like this shadowy plane. For anyone who's watched like Dragon Ball Z, when they go into like the hyperbolic time chamber, it's just empty and white. It's gonna be like that, but it'd be empty and black.
Yay.
Damn.
So if there's something to trip over, we ain't gonna see it. Got it.
Well, I mean, you can still see everything. It's just like a black gray kind of thing. Is that the right one? That is not the right one.
Nah, it should be weaker.
That is. Oh, that's unfortunate. They don't have a token for that. Or proper token.
Oh no, what's wrong with their faces?
See, I just pictured like this beautiful like dragon shape, and then just the error
Black
that you get in
Drake.
Gary's mod.
It's smaller drakes, except where their head should be. It's just red poster board with letters on it.
It's that pink and black checker when there's an error in a game. Extra errors.
So yeah, he's gonna do that, and then the room is basically going to kind of fade away, and these kind of these almost like giant dog shapes kind of come up, and they're black guard drakes. In case you couldn't tell.
I'm not sure. They're just
And-
little iguanas.
And yeah, they're kind of like shadowy iguanas, but they're the size of like a German Shepherd.
Yeah, too big. Got to be smaller.
But he's going to, as these things kind of come up out of the ground, he's going to prepare to defend yourselves, and he's going to make this quick swipe at Rockmon. He'll make this swipe kind of in front of Rockmon, and imagine as all this is kind of happening, it's kind of already putting everyone on edge, and Rockmon kind of jumps back a little bit, and it just kind of catches the front of his robes. And there's these there's these two nice clean swipes right across the front. We're just kind of like almost like the movies or something like that, where you see it kind of cut the clothing.
That was a nice cloak.
So I'll let you guys kind of get yourself situated.
So Rockmon's going to want to say one thing first, which is just as that's happening, he's going to say to Naren, as the Queen's chosen, I don't think you should be involved in this. Please stay back.
Huh?
Huh? Okay.
Why?
Why what?
Why should I stand back?
Oh.
Are you actually saying that to Rockmon?
Yeah.
So he'll say again, as the Queen's chosen, I don't think we should put you in a place where you might be injured. That's not appropriate here.
She'll face worse outside. Come on. Let her fight.
I want things too.
I want loot.
Fuck it. Let's do this.
Yeah, so I mean, aside from getting up like in front of between Rockma and the Shadow Drake. You guys can kind of arrange yourselves. We'll do this. Let me throw
That's
down a
gonna
little
have
box. We'll say
Good point.
that was the room you guys came in. Or that was the room as far as you guys saw it. And the Drake and Rockmon were essentially like right up against each other first, and Rockmon kind of jumped back real quick, so he just missed it. But
Did he move away from me?
for what?
The Drake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
missed
he
that
came
part.
over, he closed that, and then he went back over to Rockmon.
Yeah, he
Oh,
walked back
okay.
over to talk to me. So.
So, I mean, yeah, it's not a free movement. You guys don't get to just automatically go up and engage.
Oh.
The Sheik has a
I will ask him before this fight gets well and truly started.
Mhm.
I don't suppose surviving the wild hunt for over half a century does anything to prove our worth to you.
Just that you're good at running.
Fair play. Fair play. Got no argument for that.
So did he make any note or whatever of the
Hold on.
Sheik saying Naren was, or Rockman saying Naren was one of her chosen?
Nope. Doesn't seem to. So the door will be down here at the bottom. Wherever you guys think you would kind of be at, go ahead and position yourselves. The Drakes would have largely been kind of around him, like so.
I would figure the Shadow Drake would be well aware of Naren's chosen status. Like, if he's being put in charge of all the Queen's nasty little toys, he's probably been around.
He probably sees Naren as one of her nasty little toys.
You should not leave.
You're going to stay here forever!
So yeah, like I said, wherever you kind of think like an armory on top of the player overlaid inside that room, wherever you kind of would be. I imagine, and this is just for me, I imagine it'd be something like Ristal, Naren's kind of wandering around, Mongo probably over to the side, Seven,
As he is.
Seven
Over,
would have
like,
been over somewhere.
somewhere.
Actually, yeah, that's exactly where.
Naren, something like that.
And I would assume Rockmon is right in front of the Drake or something, or close
Right,
by.
yeah, like I said, he kind of made a quick swipe,
Exactly.
telegraphing
where he
it
would
quite a
wanna be.
bit, and you just kind of jump back a little bit.
Yep.
Because you were trying to distract the Drake from what
Mhm.
Bristol was doing.
In fact, we'll do this. We'll put you out of reach completely of him. Something like that. Here we go. So, like I said, that's just kind of what I picture it as. If I'm wrong, you guys go right ahead. Adjust yourselves as you see fit. Just
I would have been looking wherever the armor rack was.
Yeah, so that's what we're
where
like
were
telling goes at.
the weapons? 'Cause Naren would have been looking at those.
They'd be kind of like, there'd be a little bit everywhere.
Mm.
It's almost kind of interspersed. Weapons, you're looking probably more left side. Armor is a lot more right side. General items is more in the middle. Like the cloak that Ristal kind of kept coming back to. It would have been like back and forth between those. Okay, so everyone pretty well set, looks like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's time to die.
All right. So 3:30. Let's take a real quick break. That way you guys can kind of get an idea. And that we're not like breaking in the middle of combat.
Cool.
And I will also do this.
Oh, we gon' die.
So it turns out it wasn't Bristol that got us killed, it was me.
I don't know. We'll find out. But I will pull this up and.
All I wanted was a piece
on. Yeah, they put this lock button on the stream, and I don't know what the fuck it does because it's an update, and I'll have to look it up. I don't know. Can I move it? No, it lets me move it. I don't know what the lock button does. I'm going to have to look that up now.
What is it?
I don't know. But, okay, let's see here. This seems fitting.
What?
Oh, the Sheiks. Let's play some music.
Oh, battle music.
Nope, that's not it. That one. Yeah, okay. Alright. Okay, so everyone's back. So, kicking things right off, I suppose. Naren's going to go first. So, as everybody's kind of looking around doing their thing, Ristal's kind of trying to sneak back and forth between these two things. Naren, you're just kind of looking at the weapons. You hear, you kind of hear Rockman asking questions, and this, you hear this Drake. I forgot his name now. And Geskif. You hear Geskif kind of chuckle and make this almost audible swipe. Like you can kind of hear the claws they slice through the air, and you hear Rockman jump back a little bit. Snapping around or turning around, you see Rockman again, kind of jumping back. It's your turn. So Naren gets to start things off.
Let's see.
Would you like door number 1 or door number 2?
Are we attacking them?
He's attacking you. You can do whatever you
Yeah,
want.
he's going first.
And we're back in the same scenario almost that we were against Slalka.
And like I
Proving our
said,
worth.
don't worry about the terrain because it's not actually there. Everything's kind of shadowy.
It's like the danger room before everything gets lit up.
Yeah. But it is your turn, and you can start things however you want.
Including running away if you want.
Well, I mean, just because you can't see the wall. I suppose you could run away. Yeah.
He just shut the door with his mind. We're not going anywhere.
Alright, I'm gonna try this. I guess. I'm gonna. Move up a little bit. I'm gonna reach out my hand and cast Cloying Darkness. Or Cloying Darkness, sorry.
Cloying Darkness. Okay. Go right ahead. Was that a spell or was that your ability? I don't remember.
It's a spell.
Okay. Constitution save. Okay. So, 22. And the save was on hit, or was that a flat save? Why does it have an attack? I don't remember which one it was.
If it hits,
Oh, if it hits, he has to make a save. Okay. In fact, let me pull it up and just double check, because
I'm gonna try
sometimes,
if a 22 does not hit.
Right.
sometimes, Cloying Darkness. Okay. Cloying Darkness. You reach out a hand, decaying shadow, make a ranged spell attack. Okay. If it hits, then it makes a cut. Okay. Well, I can close Ristal's sheet. Not gonna need that for a little bit. Okay, a 22 will hit.
That's good.
Yes, that is indeed good. And I think I gave him the wrong XP. Let me look and see. I'll have to flip to the other map. I did. Okay, 168.
So do I have to roll a Constitution save?
No, it's.
She walks up and attacks.
Yes.
That's That's what I thought.
No. She walks up to you and then casts this at him.
I meant towards the dragon.
The Drake. Yeah.
Or the Drake, sorry.
And a con save. Okay. Yeah, he saves.
He still takes 4 necrotic.
He does indeed. Yes. Okay. And anything else?
I'm gonna cast Hex on.
Okay.
Is that a bonus?
No, you
action.
can't. Because you did Clean Darkness. You can only use one slotted spell per turn.
Oh, right.
You could
I
do
forgot.
Hoarfrost.
Right, yes, I
Okay.
should do that. Alright, I'll do Hoarfrost.
Okay. So now your weapon is,
Or frosted.
Spoopy.
yes, it is cloaked in hoary frost. I just thought about how that sounded.
It's just. No.
In hoary frost. Okay. Blackguard Drake. Black Shadow Guard Drake number 1. He is going to zip straight forward here towards towards Ristal. And he as he kind of jumps in here, he's gonna kind of run in with this running kind of snap, biting snap. Does it? Oof, a 20 hits, right?
Ow.
Uh-huh.
Why is it? Oh, okay. There we go. So as he does, he kind of runs up towards Ristal and gets this kind of snap at him, and is gonna swing his tail around at you too. 7 does not hit. Okay.
So what?
I said you don't hit.
Ever.
Okay.
Okay. Black.
I mean, it'll be a repeat of the last battle then.
Shadow Guard Drake number 2 is, let's see. He's gonna zip here towards Rockmon. And same thing. He's gonna make this bite attack with a druid attack and a tail. Does an 11 hit? Rockman?
How many of those attacks are on me?
Uh, just the last 2. Does an 11 hit?
No.
No? Okay.
I think my armor class is 13.
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to look at it. Okay. Yeah, 13. Okay. Okay. Brings up Mongo.
Okay. Mongo
Don't charge that
movement.
guy. Okay, that's fine.
And then against the Blackguard Drake number 2.
Gonna coming in with the great axe, right?
Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't come with a charge. A 17 will hit. Okay. 17.
I'm not
will
raging
hit
yet.
Right. For 13.
Because I forgot to say that I'm going to rage.
Okay. And anything else?
Second attack.
Second verse, same as the first, for 8. So, again, kind of coming in, and not quite as strong on the back swing, but you still caught him. Nice. Akmon, your turn. Oh, sorry, Mongo. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Rockmon.
You can go ahead and rage now.
I'll do it for
So-
my next turn.
Okay.
So how big is this? The big circle drake?
The
How tall
Elder
is he?
Shadow Drake.
Yeah.
He's a large creature, so however big that would be. He's more large, like in his footprint. Like he just takes up a lot of space.
believe
Physical
it's
size,
anywhere
like
between
vertical
8 to 15
size.
foot.
Vertical size, you're looking. I'd say he probably stands about 6-7 feet, or 6.5 feet shoulder height.
Okay.
Long
So
and
it's not like-
sinuous.
Yeah.
Not like gigantically tall or anything.
Yeah, no, he's just like to his muscular shoulders. He does still have these kind of wings, and like these winged arms that. So the wings kind of come up a lot behind him, but that's about it.
He's not quite Smaug.
Right.
More Anduin.
Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is
If you want to not provoke an attack of opportunity, I'm going to try and pull him away from you so you could move without provoking.
the Blackguard 2, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't guarantee that it will work because it requires a hit, but the aim is to pull him away from you
Okay.
on my turn.
So I'm gonna cast Gear Shield on Naren.
Okay. So Naren
What
gets a
does that
plus
do?
2 to her AC, Dex, and Con saves.
Alright.
That brings your AC up to what, 18?
18.
Just have to remember to change that back later.
And if I if I do that, I can't disengage or move away from the guy without getting an opportunity attack, correct?
Right. I mean, you can move away, but you'll get an opportunity, so you cannot disengage.
Yeah. So I'll just stay where I'm at.
Can he not withhold his movement action?
Not if he's going to cast a spell.
Fair.
Yeah, because setting up like a reaction thing takes an action, and then later your reaction. But
Okay.
anything else? That it?
That's it for now.
Okay. Ristel, your turn.
I wanted to tear apart his little dog anyway, so it's nice that it came to me. I'm gonna spend a key point for a flurry of blows
Okay. Go right ahead.
and just start wailing on this little bastard.
That's what, 4 for you, I think, now?
Yes,
His name is now
Nice.
Little Bastard.
it's a 14 hit.
All of those hit.
Sweet. 29 damage.
All right, and that will bloody Drake number 1.
Oh, I also exercise Dragon Tail Whip to see if it'll knock his ass prone.
Okay. Go ahead and click your little button for tail whip. Did that need
Oh,
a
yeah, I
key
forgot I
point or
had that.
not? I don't remember.
No, just flurry of blows, which I guess indirectly, yeah.
DC 13 Dex. Okay, let's see. Nope. He goes
Yay.
prone.
Down, boy.
That. Okay. Okay. That brings up Geshok. Geshtok. Damn draconic names. So, let's see. Let me take a look here. So, as these two drakes kind of rush in, you're going to look up, and he's going to kind of, like I said, the whole area around you is very much kind of a dim light. It's, you can still kind of see, but it's really hard, especially for like Nate for 7. But this guy, is going to fade out. And he's actually going to be almost like fade into the dim light, the shadow itself.
Okay.
I don't like this.
None of us like this. Does that end its turn?
No.
Okay.
You'll hear this kind of. You'll hear these wings kind of start beating, and you can hear them kind of. This sound seems to be elevating.
How high was the ceiling in the original room?
Inside the room, ceiling is probably only about 10 feet. This sounds to be higher than 10 feet.
Well, reassures me that there's no walls to run into.
Let me see here.
Okay, does that end its turn?
Almost. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. Okay. And remember that kind of black liquid smoke that he was kind of puffing up before?
Vaguely.
Well, he's not doing that. Instead,
He's gone off to brew everyone a nice cup of calming chamomile tea.
Yeah, sure, we can go with that. Yeah.
And all that you can see is a beautiful steam coming from the pot.
Let me adjust fire here. Or adjust fire. Let's see here. Radius 20 feet. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. That area. This large, this black ball is going to kind of, you're going to see this black ball kind of almost come out of nothingness about 15 feet up and kind of fly over your heads and crash into the ground just behind you. And it's going to explode. So everyone inside of there, give me a con save.
ha ha.
This is the way the world ends.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh, thank God.
+2 on mine.
Yep.
Because of the. Not that it probably matters any.
So Mongo, so it's a DC 15. First off, if you succeeded, so that's what is that? Ristal 7. Ristal and 7. You take half of that is we'll be nice. We'll round it down. That's 19 damage.
That was being nice.
Half of that is 19.
Yes. Everyone else, 39 damage.
Nairn is down.
Oh, great.
Mongo's down to 6.
I mean, now I feel bad.
Rockmon's
Wait,
at
really?
-16.
Was Mongo hit before?
No?
Nobody just took the full brunt of that.
That was a lot of damage.
Oh.
There's 39 damage, and Mongo did not save. And
Yeah,
Rockmon's
I
down.
just figured he had more hit points.
I used to. I used to when I had a cursed weapon.
Well, I mean, it's still a cursed weapon.
I just gotta kill somebody to get the temporary hit points.
That's true.
Oh, dear
Rockman's
Lord.
down too.
Well, you can't go negative hit points, so that's the one plus side. And Ristel saved, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so he
Rolled a 19.
is to... so 36 minus 19 is what?
Wait, what?
So he took 19 damage.
Right.
Yeah.
So he should be at 17, not 10.
The Drake hit me.
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. So I was like, wait, what? Oh. I thought that was either too high or too low. I couldn't tell. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Before his daddy murdered him, he also got a licking.
Oh yeah, and that killed the guy too. Yeah, that killed that Drake. That obliterated that Drake. Okay. And so as that happens, like, those of you that survived, you're going to look up and you're going to see this. You're going to see Gestalt. Oh, God, I have to remember his name now.
I love how the name changes every time.
And it just changes a little bit. It's like,
Yeah.
It's,
You did this to yourself.
yeah, I know. Shut up. Do, 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 do. Layer token. Okay.
So he reappears.
Yeah. So as you kind of look up, and again, like I said, he looks to be about 15 feet up, and he just kind of lobbed this ball down on top of the group. That was okay. 5-6. Boop. There we go. And that's going to be his turn. 7, your turn.
Well, my plan that I had kind of went out the window there, since now 2 of my friends are down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Position himself there. Let's start picking my friends up. Spells. Where is it? Cure wounds.
Rockman can say that he's dead.
On Naren.
Naren. So
He
you're going to
said
come
that
back up with...
just as he was expiring.
Run away. Run away. So, Naren, you're going to regain 13 hit points. Not 130 hit points.
Yeah, I typed that wrong.
I saw that bar zip out. I was like, yep, that's the wrong one.
I forgot you could do that. My initial thought was, what did Travis do to us now?
Okay. Anything
just
else?
saying. I don't suppose pouring a potion down someone's neck is a,
It is an action.
yeah. So I can't revive Rockman as well. Well, I'll have to wait until the next turn.
Okay.
So yeah, raise shield and turn to face the asshole.
Black Guard Drake 1 is gone. Black Guard Drake 3 is going to run up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right in front of 7.
Oh,
And
he wants to play that game. I like this.
bite. 17 hits, right?
Double checking.
I
Because
think
I'm
so.
not sure. Yeah, if I'd
Yeah,
actually been allowed to pick
just-
up the armor, no, it wouldn't. But yeah, just.
Just hits, because you don't have your shield equipped, or is that with your
I
shield?
do. That's with my shield.
Okay. So he's going to hit for 10. Okay. Like, oh, wait. And then he's going to tail slap you as well. 22
Ow.
hits. For
Why is
8.
every mother...
So you're going to take 18. Piercing bludgeoning.
Minus 18. So that's minus 18 and minus 19. Two
I lost
goes.
the gear shield, right?
Is that concentration?
Well, no, because
the
I
sheiks?
went down.
Gear shield is not
I'm
concentration,
checking.
if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't think it is. So I would say probably not.
Yeah, but I thought if you go down with spells on you, they go
Eh,
away.
For this one, we'll say no. As long as
Yeah, it's
if
not-
it's concentration and Rockmon goes down, then you lose it. I would say no. Okay. So, Black God Drake 2.
That's round 1.
That is the end of round 1.
Real quick, was guard Drake number 2 caught in that shadow breath?
Yep.
Just outside of it.
Oh,
Okay.
1 was. 2 was
One
not.
was, 2
Yeah.
was not.
I couldn't remember where that box was from.
Made quick work of 1, though, huh? Naren.
Make quick work of multiple people.
Yeah. Naren, it is your turn. You are conscious, but on the ground. So I'd imagine you probably stand up first off.
Yeah, of course. Stand up and
Wah!
what the fuck?
What the fuck did you do?
That's got to be the action of the queen.
And contract everything.
What the hell?
That was great. Oh, and that was all cold damage from that breath, too. So if anyone has, like, resistance to cold, that would have applied there.
Boy, I bet it would have been real handy to grab that ring before this, huh?
And it would have been really handy for me to have raged before that happened, too.
Do you get oh, because you went totem for everything but psychic, right?
Everything but psychic, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, bet you. Yep. I don't want to rub it in, so it's.
You're only going to mention it twice.
Yeah. Yep.
Because otherwise it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slash at that black guard drake with
Number 3, huh? Okay, go ahead.
with my my black flame blade.
Go right ahead.
Hoarfrost still in effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Because it applies to the weapon. Yep.
Oh, what?
Probably not Black Flame Blade, because they are not within 5 feet of each other.
Dragon?
The Drake is like 15 feet.
Oh.
He's flying.
Fine then.
Kiskath is, but the Blackguard Drake.
There we go. 3. He's 3 squares up. Okay, an 18.
Damn, girl.
An 18 will hit. So 8, 19 damage. Looks like.
Is it counting the Black Flame Blade damage?
No.
No. What?
5 plus 3 plus 11. Piercing plus cold.
Right, yes. Yeah. Shove
Okay.
my dagger into its side.
So you kind of come in, you make these couple of quick stabs with the rapier, and you bring the dagger around. The dagger just doesn't quite catch it. But the rapier does, so that's good. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Black Guard Drake number 2. He's already right there in front of Mongo, so he is going to bite and swipe at Mongo. Bite and tail at Mongo. An 18, I think hits.
Yeah.
For 10.
And he's down. Mongo's down.
Okay. He's also going to basically bring his tail around and slam down on top of you. Which puts Mongo, let's see here. Well, you're not blooded anymore. And melee versus local is automatic crit, I think. Yeah. It's almost a crit anyway. So he's going to hit Mongo after Mongo goes down too. So that'll be what, one auto save or one auto fail?
I'll mark it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a death save.
I thought I already.
Well, it's your turn now.
Yeah, now it's your turn.
Oh, okay.
You went just after that thing. So okay, there's a 1. Don't you have a ring of protection on?
Yes.
That should be a 13. So it's ring of protection gives a +1 to saves.
The more you know.
Death save is a save. It is not tied to a stat. So that's a 13. So Mongo is 1 and 1.
Thank you.
I have a global saving throw modifier at 1.
Yeah, it's weird that it's not on the death saves. I'll have to look at the sheet later.
Oh, okay. There's a separate thing for a death save modifier.
Ah, okay.
Shall I mark that as 1?
Yeah, go ahead and do that as 1 as well.
Okay.
And
Done.
then next time it comes around, if you're not up, we'll find out. Rockmon.
So now I have 1 success and 1 fail.
Yes. Rockmon, it is your turn. That is a -1. Do you have a ring of protection? I don't think so.
It was just me and Mongo.
Nope.
That's what I thought.
7 has one as well.
Did
Okay,
so?
I was gonna say 3 people had them.
Yeah.
Was it 3? There was only 2.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, the
3
three
sounds
front
good.
line. The 3 front line has got them.
Alright.
All right. Ristel, it is your turn.
Okay.
I will remind you, you do have that black file.
Right, I was just about to ask. So it starts with 3 charges,
Uh-huh.
and I fill it up with blood.
Uh-huh.
Do I need to do that for each charge, or do I fill it up
Yes.
and then it has 3? Okay. Well, damn.
Yeah, filling it up takes 1 charge, but turns it into a potion. Yeah,
And then I use the potion, and then I'd have to refill it to get another charge,
right.
or to use another charge. Okay, yeah.
You do have a freshly dead creature right in front of you.
Yes, I do.
And I would
But-
rule you'd be able to get something vaguely resembling blood in front of it.
The problem would be the administration of it, and there's still 3 things that can lay smackdowns on all of us.
Mhm. Oh, okay. Well, I played that wrong. Oh well.
Okay, so I see Mungo go down. I see the Drake then slap the shit out of him after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost like he kind of lunges in for the bite and takes Mongo down, and then like in that kind of almost like animal style, he kind of spins around and slams his tail down on top of Mongo,
Yeah.
as if making sure.
All right, so that's got to stop. So I will come around from behind and jump over Rockmon and put myself squarely between everything.
Okay.
And I am absolutely going to regret that decision, but in the moment, I'm just gonna make another flurry of blows. I'm gonna start with number 2 there.
Okay.
So that's all right. That is also all right. Shit damage. So wait, he hadn't been touched at all, right?
No, Blackguard number 2 had been hit twice by Mongo.
Correct.
That's right. Yes. So
And Blackguard
Yes.
3 was only just hit by Naren.
Me.
would 12 damage drop number 2?
It will not.
Okay, so
He wasn't
third.
bloodied when I finished with him.
Let's try and take him out. 8 more damage.
That
So,
will
20
leave
points.
him bloodied.
I was hoping to take down at least one.
It's pretty close, I think.
But I can force him to make a dex save. DC 13.
Hold on. DC 13. Oh, dex save. That's right. Versus number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's dex. 9. What does it do? Knocks him prone?
Yeah, knocks him prone. Knocks him on his ass.
Well, he's 4-legged, so it just kind of kicks his legs out from under him.
On his belly.
Okay.
And that's Ristel's turn.
All right.
You can't
His
move any
last turn
further.
ever.
You can't move any further.
Well, he could.
Yeah, I could, but then I'd incur an opportunity attack.
Nothing stopping him.
3.
Geskif. Here we go. Copy. Here's what I'm going to do.
Wait a minute. Let me check that. Okay, no, that does absolutely nothing. Continue.
There we go. Okay. Geskif. All right. Geskif again. So he kind of showed up a little bit. Yeah, for multi-classing, I think pack magic and normal magic, or like normal spells, are counted separately, especially for multi-classing. So pack magic will always be based on your warlock level. If you went like arcane trickster and wizard, then they would start stacking together. The wizard and the arcane trickster, not the pack magic. So basically, right now you have double the number of spell slots for level 1 because you have 1 and 1. As far as I know. Because Warlock Pack Magic is always at max level. The Geskif, again, so he kind of faded from view, and you heard him kind of fly up, and he fired off this ball, and you saw where he was at. You could see him, essentially, and now he's going to fade away again. And again, you'll hear this. And kind of back over just below the group, like over around here, you're going to feel this as something kind of drops. It seems or sounds feels like it drops out of the sky. You can almost feel the ground kind of shake a little bit. And he is going to bite at 7. $25 hits for 29 damage.
And that's the game, folks.
And then he's going to turn, and Naren's going to feel this. Whoa, shit.
Fuck!
He's going to do a tail slap at Naren.
I was muted before, but I also said the same thing.
You weren't muted for that.
We see who the favorite is here.
Okay. for 35.
Jesus.
And he has an ability called Speed Surge
Oh, god damn it.
that lets him take one additional move action on his turn.
Oh, move. Okay.
He also has another ability that he hasn't used yet.
It's the fuck you in particular.
Not gonna have to.
How's Risco feeling right now?
Perversely, incredibly alive.
Uh,
I would say the same thing if I wasn't the only person from the party still standing.
he's gonna use this ability called Speed Surge, which lets him take an additional move action. As he does, Ristel, you're gonna feel this breeze as something dives past you. Do you want to try to make an opportunity attack?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, it'll be with disadvantage. Like I said, you can't see him, but you feel this breeze coming by. 23. Nice. Okay, that will hit.
Idiot.
Just do it.
Ooh. Can I apply a stunning strike to that?
Does it let you do it on an unarmed strike, or
Let me double check that.
how does that one apply? I'm going to say yes. I'll let you do it. Yeah.
Cool. And that's a key point. He has to succeed a DC 13.
Click the little button.
Fuck, con save.
DC 13 con save. Stunned until the end of the next turn. Okay. Okay, so it's a bonus action after weapon attack. So normally you're not able to, but we'll let it go this time.
Oh,
Con
it is a bonus.
save.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he saves.
That was a lot closer than I was anticipating.
With rolling a 9. All right. 7. Give me a death save. With a +1.
With a +1. Yay.
Crit. I don't want to die alone.
So 14.
Alright,
You
we'll
are at
die together.
+1. All right. And you can't go negative hit points. Because that just looks funny too.
Does it bother you more than anything?
Well, what bothers me about it is that your bar went all the way left and starts bleeding into Naren's bar.
I know. It's beautiful. I die so she may live. Just do that.
Blackguard Drake number 3. Oh man, I bet you're regretting your positioning now.
I regret nothing.
He's gonna bite,
That's code for everything.
and he's gonna tail. I don't think either of those hit, do they? No. 16.
New.
Ristel's the lucky one. He hasn't gotten hit at all.
Oh no.
Oh, he got hit once.
Really?
Yeah.
No, from the little guys.
Oh no, yeah, Ristel got hit. Well, the first
Yeah,
guy
I got hit in the opening moments.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first shit to get hit.
That brings up the end of the round. Are you guys getting an idea of why I said don't fuck with the queen?
We
No,
didn't
why?
fuck with the queen. We were invited into a room.
Aaron already knew. Don't fuck with the queen.
Oh yeah. Naren, give me a save.
Oh. Damn, I thought
I
that was
did.
crit.
Well, that's the thing. Is on death saves, does it say that you have to? What's the wording on
That's a
it?
good
Because I
point.
think it says on a 20.
Technically, that's a 21.
Well, no, that's a 20.
Oh no, I did put the +1.
Well,
If you roll a 20 on the d20, you regain 1 hit point. It doesn't say crit.
Yeah, because otherwise you could just have range
On the-
protection and a crit
a
fail.
20 on the d20. Let me see.
So it has to be a crit.
Let me take a look here. DE. What page is that?
I don't know. I looked it up in the compendium.
Oh, well, fuck, I can just do that. Death. combat, death saving throws. Okay, rolling a 20 or higher. If you roll a 10, rolling a 1 or a 20. If you roll a 20 on the d20, you regain 1 hit points. You know what? Until we can look it up in the book later on, I'll say that is a... Yeah, Naren will recover 1 hit point.
Yay! While we're here, massive damage can kill you instantly. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points, and there's damage remaining. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, if it can take you in like one shot, negative hit points, like full health plus 50% in one shot, kills you outright. Or if it can hit you while you're at 0 to, I think, like negative max, it kills you.
By the way, Naren's on the floor just crying now.
She is indeed on the ground.
She just
Wait,
looks
what do you mean?
Blackguard Drake number 2 is going to... So Ristel's kind of getting like spun around here. He's going to bite. For 8.
Ooh.
And tail.
Damn it!
For 9.
Wait. He's prone. He's disadvantaged.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Yep, I'll give you that because he didn't stand up first.
Oh, thank you.
So the second one does not hit. Okay. The
I'm
first one
grasping
does.
at any log I can
That's
hold on
fine.
to in this wreckage of a fight.
And then he's going to kind of like bite at Ristel's ankles. And then he's going to do this kind of like, he's going to spin his tail around as he stands up. But it'll count as a prone attack. And a truck drives by.
Yeah, that was his tail.
That wasn't a
Yeah.
truck. That was a small car.
Is your microphone in the street? Jesus.
Nope. It was just an asshole.
Oh, man. Mongo.
Okay, death save.
Give me a death save.
And that's
Okay.
2 against.
+1, -2. Rockmon
There he
gets
goes
in a
again.
car. -2.
That's
Right.
that's the card of Valhalla.
You may have to play Jar Jar after all.
Let's
Oh,
not say things we can't take back.
Ristel, your turn.
All right.
What are your grand total of like 2 hit points or something?
Something like that.
Yeah, actually it is 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna take as many of these motherfuckers as I can with me. I'm gonna blow another flurry of blows. Starting with number 2.
Okay.
So
17 will hit and
Yeah.
kill it.
sweet. Turning on number 3. That's 10. Yeah, boy. 13. So 23. Does that drop it?
14 will hit. And -13 more. It will not quite kill it,
Okay.
but it will bloody it.
But 9 more?
He's still standing.
Damn. Well, let's see about that. Dragon Tail Whip. DC 13 deck save.
He goes prone.
Nice. That will be Ristel's turn.
Okay. All right. Geskif. Naren's still on the ground, right?
She's prone and crying, yeah.
Okay.
To be fair, I would be as well if I would just woken up from nearly dying to look into the dead face of her friend.
Getsuka just sits back and laughs, right?
Okay. Here we
He
go.
fireballs us.
Saving
Bite.
throw for 7.
Does it? 12 does not hit.
Still guess.
Tail.
Wait, 7 didn't do his death save.
No,
It's
it's
not
'cause
Seven's turn yet.
It's first. It's just Travis rolls them through for some reason.
Well, it's not showing up in the turn order because he's off the.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Map
He's
that we
invisible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the
Yeah, so
asshole.
between
20
Ristal and
Oh, there it is.
28. Here we go. Roll low. Not that it matters.
I welcome death.
19.
Okay, so Ristal's just down.
Yeah, so Ristal goes down. Do, 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 do. Boop, boop. Okay. We'll do this. And as he this tail kind of comes around, slams into Ristal. As it does, he's going to kind of fade back into view. Seven. Give me a death save.
10.
Because you have a ring on, right? So that's a
Yeah.
+1. It's a DC 10, right?
Yeah. So 10. That's a success.
All right.
7 might wake up.
Black. I'm calling him Shadow Guard Drake. Shadow Guard Drake is gonna kind of almost give. Or he's gonna almost do like that wolf stance, and he's gonna kind of give this barking call as he kind of posts up on top of Ristal's body. And then he's going to kind of wander.
What? What did you say he did?
He posts.
Wander.
He
Oh,
posts. up-
wander.
What
What
do you
did
think
you
I
say?
said?
I thought you said water. I thought you were. Like you said he posts up on top of Ristal. So,
And peas on Ristal. Yes. I kind of like that now.
Go back, redo it. Go back, redo it. Oh, Fretcon for that. Come on.
I could totally see that happening, though.
Yeah.
He's gonna go over to the Guard Drake 2 and kind of he's gonna post up on Ristal and kind of give like that barking call, and he's gonna wander over to Shadow Guard Drake number 2 and basically kind of dig in. You're gonna see him, Naren. You'll be able to see it as you're kind of regaining consciousness. Is he just starts kind of tearing into the shadowy corpse. That brings the end of round 3. Naren, your turn.
Stand up.
Oh, sorry. Also, let's see.
Save the day, Naren.
But I have nothing to save the day. What are you talking about?
You gotta throw that hand grenade that you've been holding on to.
Yo.
use your ult. Use your ult.
The hoodie hand grenade of Antioch.
And it just works perfect too, because the music kind of kicks up. Dun 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 dun.
I'm gonna hex that alive guard.
Okay. So you can release the hex on Guest
No,
Kiff.
it didn't have hex on guest.
Yeah, it did. Oh, no, that's right. You didn't. That's right. I forgot about that. Okay, so you're going to hex the Guard Drake. That's a bonus action, right? I think so.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It gives you an extra D6, I think.
1d6,
hits.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my short bow and knock one of my +1 arrows.
Okay. 15.
Yeah.
Will hit.
Fuck him up.
So give me an extra D6. Actually, you don't even have to, because that kills him.
There's spit at the ground.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I just spit at the ground looking at big, ugly fucking Drake.
Gesketh?
Jeff,
Or the
Jeff.
guard drakes?
Motherfucker. That's where he went.
This is what happened to Jeff.
Turns out Jeff was actually Gesketh.
Full circle. I knew he was a badass. I just didn't expect him to turn on us.
All right. So anything else, Naren? I think you still
Well, I
have
can-
20 feet of movement left because you stood up, right?
Nah, I'm not gonna move.
Okay.
Stare
Mongo.
into the abyss unflinchingly.
These
Okay.
kind of shadowy tentacles are starting to kind of whip up around your corpses, especially Mongo. These tendrils seem to be kind of almost wrapping over the top of him, wanting to pull him down.
So, shall I roll my death save now?
Give me a death save.
And that's three failures.
All right. So these tentacles are going to finally just pull Mongo down. You're going to see the shadow kind of envelop him, and you'll see this kind of shadowy mound as they overlay thicker and thicker on top of him, and then once you can no longer see it, the mound itself kind of smooths out, and there's no sign of anything there. Let me do this. We'll do that.
You take me off the turn order, I guess.
Rockmon. 5. That puts you at -2, I think, or 2 down. Oh, that's 3 down. Okay.
3 down.
So same thing. You're gonna have these increasing tentacles just whipping over the top of you, and eventually this mound kind of settles down, and there's just no sign of anything. Ristel. 15. Okay. So you're at +1. Geskif, seeing this arrow kind of shoot past him and nail this other drake, he's going to snap around and level his eyes at Naren.
She's just gonna growl at him.
Oh, he's going to very
Fuck
much
yeah.
just... I admire your tenacity, little one. And then he's going to come forward. I can close those because those guys gone.
Is he going to do a Jurassic Park on her and take her by the head?
He's going to step forward, and you're going to see this kind of smoke starts billowing from his nostrils again.
Hat.
And he's as he kind of opens his mouth, you can see this this black liquid smoke ball right in his mouth.
Can I just flick his nose?
Boop.
Smack him with a freaking newspaper rolled up.
And it's going to be one of those. This ball is going to kind of coalesce in his mouth, and he's just going to bite down on the ball while it's in his mouth.
Oh, shit.
Give me a con save.
An AoE.
Okay. You take 44 damage. I think that's way more than your health. So
That's an outright kill, isn't it? For
as
Neri?
he
No.
chomps down on this,
It's not double my health, so it's not an outright kill.
Oh,
right,
no,
but you're low
if
enough on health.
that it would if it drops you to negative your full health.
Yeah. So he's
Oh.
gonna chomp down on this, and the blast of this firing out of his mouth, he's gonna resist it himself. He'll take half damage.
I'm assuming that hits me as well.
Yeah, what does this do to me in 7?
Con saves, I would say it would be 1 automatic save fail.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
How many fails were you at, Nate? Were you at 1 or 2?
that's my first.
Okay, so you guys are
Mine
both at you -1, -2, something like that. Naren, this thing exploding out is basically. I figured that the two of you are. I would say you're. By book, you're unconscious, but it's one of those almost like punch drunk. You're kind of bleeding out, you're injured. You just barely kind of have an idea of what's going on around you. As you look up, he chomps down on this ball inside of his mouth, and the blast of this firing out, Naren seems to catch kind of the bulk of this, and it almost, there's this wave of shadow, and nothing. Naren is entirely gone.
I just imagine though, before he bites down, I flick his nose really hard.
That's why he bit down on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
All right. That was your first? I could have. Or were you at +1 before, Nate? Or had you made any saves yet? I think you
I
made
had
at least
not
one.
failed any saves.
Okay.
That was my first fail.
Okay. Give me, for all the money, give me one death save. Give me one fail. Yeah. Give me a
That
1.
wasn't a slip at all.
Yes.
So how many did you make?
3.
Does that
is
make 3?
3 successes.
Okay.
Seven is back conscious.
Well, you're stabilized. You're no longer
Not
dying.
stabilized.
It's unconscious 1d4 hours, I think.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck.
So as you kind of lay there, again, these tentacles kind of start wrapping over the top of you, and they seem to be going slower than the others. Ristle.
Alrighty.
Okay, so that's 1 and 2, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Geskif is going to kind of look down at the two of you, and he's going to see these tentacles kind of wrapping over the top of you. And he's going to take a foot and just basically place it on top of Ristle, and almost with a shove him down into the ground. Like, these tentacles are going to... It's not even necessarily the tentacles anymore. It's just he's pushing you into the shadow. And basically it's going to be like a melee strike, and you're going to take that third fail.
Like stepping on a cockroach.
Yeah. 7. He's going to do the same thing to you. He's going to take his other hand and just...
Not that these characters are aware of any of this.
No, 7 is currently drifting in a void without memory or feeling.
And
That's
he's going
terrifying.
to take his other foot and just slam it down on top of 7 as well, and shove 7 down into this shadow. And that
Okay.
removes everyone from combat.
Well, guess looks like I have to make that character now.
I was gonna say, was that enough damage to outright kill you?
That was 44. She only has 33 hit points, and she was at
What was she
1.
on? Oh.
Insta death.
Okay, let's take a quick 5-minute break because I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to roll my new character. We just want to pick up right there.
I don't even have an idea for a backup character.
That's fine.
We have to allow Travis 5 minutes so we can go do the happy dance.
This is very true. We're gonna take a quick 5-10 minute break. Come back. We'll make it 10. Come back at 5 after. Okay.
Okay.
That'll give you guys a chance to kind of discuss, see what
This is a voice from the past.
Mine was much better than that. Anyway,
It was Lord Creaky.
Lord Bollock.
Gaskif. Boop. Save. Gaskif. Okay. And you guys are over here. Okay. So, Gaskif just kind of owned the entire party. And
Oh, really? I hadn't realized that.
He one-shot nearly 3 party members. No, he
in
did
one
one-shot
go.
3 party.
Yes. You know, there was a point like way back when I was like, should I throw one of these in? It's like I kind of played with it. It's like, nah, I won't do that yet. I don't know just yet. And now I've done it. I was like, I'm really glad I didn't throw that in earlier because you guys were like level 3 at the time.
Dude, this was the level 8.
No. Nope. This guy's like a 7. I think. Yeah, he's only a level 7 or a CR7.
Jesus Christ, dude.
But you basically fought a drake in his lair. So, yeah.
An elder
I should
drake.
have sucker punched that motherfucker. Never should have given him the chance to take us to that place.
So everything kind of fades back in, and you guys initially, you guys actually all kind of regain consciousness in what equates to like an infirmary. It's as you guys kind of come to, the queen kind of comes in. I see you've encountered Gaskif.
How long were we out? Roughly?
About 2 days.
Oh, that was out of character question. But
Oh, yeah, about 2 days.
okay. Because, yeah, I always imagine when Seven wakes up, he shudders, and it gets worse and worse the longer he's out.
Mm.
So I imagine as he wakes up, have you ever heard someone, like, draw a violin bow across a violin wrong and it gone, eh? Yeah.
Mm.
I imagine that's the noise he makes as he wakes up. Like, just
Well,
his vocal cords springing because he can't quite scream.
I just remembered we took this route through the Shadow Realm
Mhm.
as a shortcut.
Yeah.
You
We're
didn't
still
have
going
to
to
fight
shave
Gaskif.
5 days off the trip.
Well, yeah. You're still ahead of schedule. I mean,
You nearly shaved 5 party members off the trip.
that would have been fun. So everybody's re-rolling a Shadow Fae. Okay.
Oh, that would be so much fun. That would genuinely be fun.
A Shadow
for some
Fae
reason.
Minotaur.
There's the equivalent of a Shadow Fae Ravenfolk. Stormcrows.
I kind of want to do that now as a one-shot at some point.
All
Like
Shadow
if
Fae.
if 2 or 3 of us just aren't present, those that are, just do a Shadow Fae one-shot.
Maybe. But yeah, you guys have been out and being tended to for about 2 days.
I'm gonna make sure I have that ring still on that necklace.
You do, yes. All of your equipment is kind of like in a chest next to you, or in like, not necessarily a chest, but it's all next to you. So they didn't like take anything away. But Sarastra kind of comes back, and I guess Gift can get a little carried away sometimes. I'm glad to see he didn't lose control this time.
You ever considered what happens when you need to name a new keeper of your armory?
What was that? Yeah, you trailed off.
Have you ever considered what to do next when you need to name a new keeper of your armory?
Well, Geskef has been in your time centuries, decades for sure. At least 100 years.
If it please you, my lady, start seriously considering it.
I'll take it under advisement. But, as for the rest of you, and you kind of look around. Perhaps I overestimated your progress, your strengths. Too soon to send you to that. Too soon to send you to Geskef.
You don't say. Seven will say as he's like adjusting his arm. I imagine one of them's like twitching or something. Slightly damaged gear or something.
On the other hand, I do applaud you for surviving as long as you did. Not many have managed to get him as upset as you have. It's been a while since I've seen him bite his own attack like that.
Does Seven still have a Drake footprint in his outer shell?
Actually, that's a good question. Does he?
Yeah, do I have a new tattoo of a dragon claw on my chest? Because I had a bunch before, but do I have a new one?
It's less of a tattoo as a scar? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No, it was more like he was able to kind of spread it. It was more, he wasn't trying to crush you, he's just trying to push you into the shadow faster, because he didn't want to wait.
Okay. I'm gonna say, because otherwise someone's taking a hammer to the inside of his chest plate. Or maybe not if it's a perfect shape.
And you were all tended to while you were unconscious, including Seven. So. But,
He's going to have to work on his Is Seven going to have to work on his patina again?
What do you mean? Seven never did it.
All shined up.
As I said, it was...
Oh god, how did his plants survive? Did they survive?
It was too soon to send you to Geskef. As unfortunate as it is, well... perhaps some further experience and growths. You're always welcome to stay and train. To learn under my troops.
Seven will perk up at that, just sort of paying more attention.
The last party that tried to challenge him, well, they weren't quite so lucky.
They were sent to the morgue.
We were sent to the morgue.
There was nothing left to send to the morgue.
Scraper and Sponge.
That's a good question. If Darren got completely obliterated, is she actually there?
Oh yeah, you're still in the infirmary.
Well, okay.
It's her reality. She can do anything she wants.
Yeah, you are in her lair.
Gotcha.
And inside of that is Geskef's lair. The lair within a lair. Wonder how that works.
How'd you like lairs?
Layered,
Get
layer
fucked.
squared.
It's like an onion. There's a layer on top of a layer. It's like ogres. They're made of layers. I think that's the
No,
wrong
they stink and they
enunciation.
cry.
Makes it 4 times as effective.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So we had a session-long teaser.
we'll see that your current equipment is repaired and returned, but perhaps later on when you're more experienced, more prepared, before you go see Geskef again.
Do we get XP out of this?
We will see him again.
Indeed. I have high hopes for all of you.
Well, if we see him again, I'll take a different approach. I assumed I could talk to him, but apparently that's not the case.
He can be kind of stubborn in his ways. Quick to strike, for sure. Be aware, in case he didn't make it clear, many of the items Geskef guards are extremely dangerous. Except for my elite guard. None are allowed to take those out.
Might I ask why you sent us in then?
Because she's the queen of the summer court.
It's a legitimate
As I
question.
said.
If she knows that it's so dangerous, she knows roughly what we're capable of.
As a test, perhaps.
Life as a Fae is a series of continuous tests.
To see if you truly were ready, if I was right in what I hoped.
At least, Naren, you did okay.
We just need a little more time.
Seven's just looking at the, like, I imagine he's sat up, cross-legged on the bed, he's just looking down at, like, his feet. No answering.
Naren's just muttering curses towards the drake under her breath while counting her things.
Yeah, internally, Ristle is just a river of curses, but he's trying to comport himself a little better in front of the queen, at least outwardly.
I'm going to go ahead and recover here. Later we will see you on your task. And she'll start to turn to leave. And almost as she gets to the door, she'll stop for a second and turn back. And she'll kind of pull out this kind of small gem. And she'll, let's see, who would be closest? She's going to hand it to Rockman. It's this small black gem, kind of as you hold it up to the light, like the edges just kind of have a purple, like the light's trying to get through it, but it can't quite. And she'll hand it to Rockman. after your task is complete, this will allow you to return quickly to my castle, my kingdom.
Do we need to know something about how to make it work, or will we figure that out on our own at the time?
And as you kind of look at, if you look at, it looks very much like the gem that Svalka used to get you guys here. Essentially, all it takes is a command word and concentration, and it'll more or less bring you here. It won't be the smoothest of rides, but it'll get you here. It's just a command word.
Okay.
And she'll kind of
Thank you.
explain that to you. It's not an instant cast. It's like a ritual 10-minute thing, but it'll bring up a portal and suck you out here. Like plane shift, I think. I'll have to look at it. But yeah, she'll give that to Rockmont, and then she'll turn to leave. Anyone have questions for her as she heads out the door? Or anything, or... I don't know.
Ristel would pull that file out of his pocket.
Mhm.
And he's gonna stare at it for a minute. And then you look around and then settle his eyes on Naren, and he kind of heave himself out of his bed and walk over. He's gonna hold out his arm. Did you cut me? I need to fill this. I should have done this before the fight. I'm not going to be caught unawares again.
Why Naren?
Honestly, Naren's the only person he trusts with this. Because nobody else has really shown any inclination that they would kind of keep Ristel alive, and yeah, Naren's also got ties to the queen, so
Fellow Fey touched.
Yeah.
Before Sarastra leaves, Mongo says, "Breakfast?"
She'll just, I guess.
Yes.
Does she really want to cut him though?
yeah. If she's hesitating, he'd say, "I'd do it myself, but I can't hold a knife."
Can't
I'll
hold
do
a
it.
knife.
His hands were messed up.
Yeah, he's gonna hold up his empty hand, and you're gonna see some pretty serious scarring.
Ooh.
7
Parting
Malafa.
gift from the Lord of the Hunt.
Don't use the cold iron knife.
I don't have a cold iron knife.
And it wouldn't do shit to me besides.
I mean, cut you, but...
Right, but
She'll just
He's
do
not
a,
fade, he's fade.
a quick swipe with her dagger, but nothing deep.
Yeah, no, it doesn't have to be like cut the finger off. It's just enough to
No.
kind of like, almost like the like you see in the movies or something like that, where you kind of run it across and squeeze the blood out, kind of thing.
Yeah. No. And probably across his arm.
yeah, that's what he
Nothing-
was offering.
Nothing potentially harmful.
Yeah, and Ristel dies from bloodletting.
Kalima. Kalima.
Yeah, so he just nods in there and says, "Thank you. This will come in handy." And he's just gonna bleed into the file until it is filled to capacity.
All right. Yeah, and that will. It's kind of like a. Yeah, it'll use one charge to do that, to convert that, and it regains the charges, and it's kind of a use it or lose it. You would almost have to do that every day, but
Oh, okay. So
Kind of like mine.
it's a total reset every midnight.
yeah. Because, I mean, after that, it's still blood in there. It turns it into a greater potion of healing, but it's still going to, like, coagulate or thicken and gellify. So by the next morning, you would have a greater
Curdled
jelly. You would have a greater jelly of healing.
Also, it would still heal you.
By the end of the second day, you would have a greater powder of healing.
Okay. But no.
So
it'll
if we were to
heal
take
you.
that powder.
Yeah,
Is it
but
gonna mix it in with water?
essentially, yeah, it would reset every day.
Oh, I was going somewhere else. I was going to say chop it up.
World's nastiest Kool-Aid.
So if I snort it, it'll still.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, that would be the more reasonable alternative to Ristal. Like,
Oh.
don't mix it in, just snort this shit.
Oh.
Like any number of other substances he has consumed.
Can Seven go full Draconis and snort it off Big Red? You're gonna have Storm
It's a
Render
reference
with
that like
Big Red.
nobody gets. Yeah, it's great.
I'm
Or
like,
like-
What's the most valuable magical item that this party holds?
Currently, define valuable, rarity, or just like dollars or gold, whatever.
if we go
I
by
guess
use-
most expensive. I think that would be the equation to Draconis. Brockman.
Yeah, it depends what you're after. If you want just like worth, it's probably Big Red.
I
If
mean,
you want,
my
hey,
snap
this could
reaction
save
is
your life.
my snap reaction is probably the diamond orb.
Yeah, that's what I was
Oh,
Oh
thinking.
yeah, the Diamond Orb. I forgot that.
That's true.
That's my snap reaction without actually going through and looking at the equipment that you guys have. If you're looking for like rarity, obviously Big Red is one of a kind, at least now. Seven's
Rom
wand
sword?
Seven's wand is one of a kind.
I would say Seven's Wand is worth slightly more, but that's only currently because it's got the only charge of "oh shit, you're dead. Let's to get you back alive again." You know?
Well, that's the only thing that you guys know of that would have like that honey woven into it.
Yeah. Which is the
Brahms'
only-
sword that you guys actually haven't gotten to see in action yet. It actually has some pretty cool stuff to it. And I think that's largely it.
We should have taken that shield from Torg. That would be perfect for this purpose.
That would have been extremely handy here. That actually, you have no idea how handy that would have been. That would have eliminated a lot of things.
Oh,
I'm
and,
speaking
and
pure. I'm speaking purely in terms of drug use.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
in the shadow realm, a shield of light.
Mhm.
Yeah, very effective.
Ooh yes. Especially against somebody like Geskef.
Oh god, we might have had a chance.
Yeah, cast daylight on anything shadow, and they don't do well with it.
Yeah, they don't like that. Well, like I said, you were fighting him in his lair too, so yeah.
Yeah, and that damn shadow breath also magically. Well, it only would have snuffed out non-magical lights, I guess, according to the text.
Basically, it was like a low-level darkness with a shit ton of damage on top of it. But yeah, for something like that, yeah, I would say probably the orb without going through and actually like looking at stuff. Because once you start getting
Yeah,
one of a kind
what's
items, it's kind of hard to price one of a kind items because
Yeah.
they're one of a kind.
Could Ristal expend all 3 charges just with his blood to get like 3 greater potions worth,
I
or
suppose
does it have to
if
be 3
you-
different creatures?
It does not have to be 3 different creatures.
Okay.
It would leave you kind of woozy for a little bit, like an hour or two. It'd be like the equivalent to like 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, how big is this file?
It's not crazy big, but it's bigger than like a medical vial. It's enough to fill like a potion bottle.
Yeah, so it's like not test tube size.
Yeah, it's not test tube size. It's enough to fill a potion bottle. But if you were to do something like if you were to burn all 3 charges, you could theoretically you could fill the file, pour the contents into a potion jar, fill the file, pour it in a jar, fill the file, pour it in a jar. It turns the contents into the equivalent of a greater healing potion. If you were to use all 3 charges, there is a chance the file itself disintegrates.
Right.
In case of emergency, we will just continue to use Seven's potions. Which really I need to make a point of sharing out.
Bristol's been rolling kind of hot. I don't think he'd be thinking in terms of saving this.
Well, actually, let me see.
Yeah, I think he'd
longer
be.
than 1 minute, spend 1 charge. Yeah, nothing
He'd be
says that
thinking
you
in terms
couldn't.
of-
It's just that the file regains its charges. So yeah, I guess it wouldn't necessarily. It wouldn't necessarily lose its potency. It might, like I said, it might coagulate and thicken and eventually gel and harden, but it'd still be a healing potion. If
Yeah,
you did-
Bristol's just thinking in terms of not being in that situation that we were in with Keskaf, where he had to choose between eliminating the immediate threat or saving
Mhm.
people from potential death.
Hmm.
So, yeah, he'd use all 3 charges, and he's got brewer supplies. Would you say that comes with containers?
I would say if nothing else, then you're even though you're still here in the castle, you'd be able to get potion vials of some kind. You'd be able to get jars or jugs.
Okay. Then that's what he would do. He would,
Give me a D20.
yeah.
Don't roll a 1.
Pretty much 10. Okay, you're good.
Woot.
Yeah, so as long as you don't roll a 1 on that 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, you roll a 1, the file collapses.
Because I couldn't
Turns
fall
to
asleep.
dust.
I couldn't get to sleep, so I just went back to this until I feel tired enough.
Bristol's gonna hold on to one of those potions, and he's gonna let's see, hand one to Aaron and hand one to Mongo.
I'll have to make up some kind of mechanic for that afterwards. Like, if you don't take it the first day, maybe it either loses potency or you have to, like, rehydrate it or something. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Let it turn to powder and we'll snort it. It's fine.
Why is your nose all black? Shut up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I stuck it in dirt. I can't breathe. What's...
All right, so we got 3 greater healing potions now. Or 3 timed greater healing. Okay. Otherwise, any other questions or anything you guys want to do before we wrap up for the night?
Nope.
Nope.
Should I go ahead and roll that D3 and assuming that we're staying here the night and starting the next session in the morning?
Sure.
Okay.
He regains 1d3?
Dice roller won't do me any good. Let's see.
Yeah, regains 1d3.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, regains all 3. Awesome. Okay, so you got that back, and you got all 3 charges on it. So we are going to wrap up for the night, and next week we will head out to the forest.
Yay.
Unless you guys want to do something else here in the castle grounds.
I want to get the fuck out.
The longer we stick around, more trouble we get into.
Very true.
Round 2, fight!
Nope.
Well,
Nope.
Remember, I did say at one point, it's like, you probably shouldn't go off the road in the Shadow Realm, because it's dangerous. There's creatures like Geskef out there.
His dad is out there.
He is not one of a kind. And remember, there is also one of, like, there's Geskef, and then there's, like, the queen herself has an elder drake, or an elder shadow drake that kind of roams with her.
Out of curiosity, between the two, who looked like the bigger badass?
For what?
The one with the queen and Geskaf. Who was the bigger badass? Just at eyes glance.
Well, I mean, Geskef has a few more scars. Things like that. You can see, like, kind of almost like battle scars, like cuts and things like that on him. that the one following Sarastra does not have. That said,
Okay.
the one following Sarastra seems to be a bit more in shape. Like he's at the training dummies a lot more.
Yeah, he doesn't skip leg day.
Yeah. So Gaskev looks a lot more experienced. The one following Sarastra seems more in shape.
Duffer.
Maybe
One's Jon Snow,
maybe
one's
younger.
the old bear.
Yeah. One's younger, one's more experienced. Otherwise, questions?
Gonna go to bed.
Okay. So we'll wrap up for the night so Nathan can get some sleep. And off to get with Christian sometime this week so we can see, as long as he's okay with it, yeah, we're set. We'll start an hour earlier. We'll start at I think that's 1 Central, 2 Eastern, and whatever time it is, London, because you guys are weird.
7
Sure,
as
that works.
opposed to 8.
7 starts at 7.
7 would like to start at 7 so he doesn't finish at midnight so he can get 6 hours sleep before going back to a job he hates.
But yeah,
We didn't come anywhere close to leveling up, did we?